Today we're going to talk about whether a prior marriage will affect your chances of getting a green card from a new marriage. And this goes both ways. Let's say the US citizen who's petitioning for a spouse previously married other immigrants and got green cards for those immigrants by filing the paperwork. Or alternatively, let's say you're the immigrant spouse and you previously were married and now you're wondering, okay, if I divorce and I remarry, how long do I need to wait? And all sorts of questions related to remarriage and applying for your green card. These will be the topics for today's video. If you're new to my channel, I'm Puyan Darian, an immigration lawyer, and I use this channel to create new videos on different immigration topics every week. Let's say that you're a US citizen and you want to marry your immigrant spouse, but you were previously married to someone else who you helped get a green card. Your prior spouse got a green card through your marriage. And you're wondering, will USCIS look at my new marriage and the new green card petition for my new spouse suspiciously, since I previously helped another person get their green card and now we are getting divorced or we've already divorced? And the answer is maybe. USCIS might look at it more suspiciously, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't proceed with the process. I do this all the time, and I get this question all the time, which is why I'm making a video on the topic. USCIS just wants to see that your current marriage is legitimate and that you did not marry your current spouse to help them get an immigration benefit, only to get an immigration benefit. That's the key. When you go to your eventual green card interview with your spouse, it would be common for the immigration officer to ask your spouse questions about your prior marriage, why you got divorced. These are very common questions that come up at the immigration interview. The officer wants to see that your current spouse knows why you got divorced and just knows stuff about your life generally. They would expect that a married couple will have discussed these things and why prior relationships didn't work out. So whenever someone comes to me and they ask me, will this prior marriage be a problem because I petitioned for them and they got a green card? The answer is no, don't worry about it. As long as your current marriage is legit and we save as much evidence and present evidence of your good faith marriage to USCIS, don't worry about it. Now, what if you're the immigrant spouse and you're about to marry a US citizen to begin the process for your green card, but you're actually still currently married to your former spouse? You might consider them your ex, you might be separated, but not legally divorced. Well, first of all, you must legally divorce first. You cannot remarry until you legally divorce. If you do, that's illegal and can actually create separate immigration problems in addition to being illegal and creating possible criminal liability. So then the next question I get is, how long after I divorce can I remarry? And the answer is immediately. You can immediately remarry. The date of marriage is not that important. What is important is that you actually know your spouse and you guys have a real relationship for some time before we file the paperwork with immigration so that we can submit evidence of your relationship. So then the question I receive after that is, okay, after I divorce and then I remarry, how long after remarrying can I apply for my green card? And the answer I give is, you can immediately apply for your green card. You've known your spouse for years or at least a few months, and your relationship has developed quickly during this time, and you have evidence that you guys have done stuff together, and now you're living together, and you have plans for the future, you can apply for your green card now. You don't need to wait until a year or two have passed. The important thing when we apply for your green card is to just include as much evidence as possible that you're currently in a good faith marriage. And yeah, you can expect some questions about your prior marriage at the interview. They'll likely ask your US citizen spouse why you were divorced or what the situation was with your prior marriage. It's very common to come up, but it's not going to be an issue, so don't worry about it. The last thing I want to talk about is what documents do I need if I'm going to apply for my green card after getting divorced and then remarried. Well, the most important document you need is a copy of your divorce certificate. You need a certified or original version of that divorce certificate. We submit a photocopy when we apply for your green card with USCIS, but if USCIS eventually schedules an interview where you have to attend, then you would bring the certified or original version so that they can authenticate that it's a legitimate document. You also need your new marriage certificate. So the divorce certificate and your new marriage certificate are the key documents that you need in this situation where you have previously been divorced. All right, guys, I used this video to answer a few questions that I commonly receive during my immigration consultations with people who are interested in applying for green cards. If you are one of those people and you are interested in scheduling a consultation with me directly, please feel free to call my office or book it directly through my website. I would be more than happy to meet with you. We can create a game plan, and if you want, I can represent you throughout the entire process. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for another video.